The report is a combination of 10 trends that we deem important for Basque companies as well as European companies when we look at the future in a 10 years perspective. Some of the important trends are obviously the competitiveness of Basque companies as well as European companies. How are we able to compete in a world that is increasingly getting globalized? What is our competitive position and how can we utilize that in a good way for our countries? And we have serious issues here in Europe. We have a lot of our companies that are facing increased competition from competitors from Asia and the rest of the world. And we need to find a new model in Europe, not only for companies but also for on the political level. This competitive niche, you could say, what is it that makes us special here in Bilbao, in Copenhagen, where I come from? As we have discussed here today at BI Strategy is actually subjects like quality of life. We have discussed environmental issues. We have looked into the aging of the Basque and the European population, which is posing a certain amount of threats, you could argue, but maybe also is posing a huge number of opportunities. How can we prosper from a world that is aging very, very fast? So the message to Basque companies: take into consideration the trends and their consequences for our market, for our strategy. It should be very easy to do, actually. Unfortunately, we can see a lot of companies in Europe at the moment. They keep on doing business like they always did. Because we come from a position here in Europe where we have high wealth, we have good societies that are functioning well compared to the rest of the world. Maybe our companies are falling a little bit asleep. I'm not saying that goes for all companies, but it is a little bit of a wake-up call to companies, not only to look into the competitive issues, but also to look into, okay, the consumer of the future in the global middle class. If she is in Mumbai or in Shanghai, how can we export goods and services to her? The aging issues we talked about, the new technology, etc., etc. We are on a burning platform here in the Basque country as well as the rest of Europe. Look for the opportunities in environmental issues, quality of life, the new global middle class. We talked about Africa here at BI Strategies today. And really take these things into consideration and make it part of your strategy.